Hello, this is Brian from AvocaData, and this is an extension of the first video. So what we will do in the second video is how do you create the pricing plans and strategies for your free white label. And if you are on the second video and you haven't watched the first, go click back one so you can figure out how to white label your domain so now it's your business. So let's get started. So we have a lot of various plans, and you can't delete them if someone's on it. And I'll just make that nice and easy to start with. So we put these nice little switches, which will control showing or removing from this dashboard. So I have a few together. This is the plan you guys can't offer yet, but we'll make another video on that when we do. And we just put together some unique combinations. Our bare minimum package is 1,000 leads a day. Sounds like a lot, and it is a lot, but it takes care of two things. People who typically would like to buy more monthly, they use this as a test. And then if it's good, a good amount of them upgrade. Quite frankly, though, there are people who are overwhelmed by the amount of leads and they cancel. However, I've found that they cancel and they're still very happy. So it's given us a big opportunity to re-engage those people with potentially something else that could hold their attention longer. But I would say doing it the way we've done it, maybe 5% have ever canceled that are truly not happy. So a big reason why we're making this white label free is because there are a myriad amount of ways to structure this business. Right here, you'll see 1,000 a day, 30,000 a month. So we actually sell a lot of these because once the people test that the data is good and they're a call center maybe, or they are a marketing agency, they immediately want to get to more. The result of they validated that the numbers were good. They validated that the emails were good. It is how we represented it. And we'll make some more videos on how we best sell the product. But this has been the core strategy. This was actually a summer offer because one of the great things about this business is we sell bits and bytes. For you to add more credits, it's not going to cost anything more in theory, especially with the model we're putting forward where you charge the minimums we set forth and you can charge more, and we just take a cut of everything you sell. So July and August historically are always the slowest months for SaaS companies that are B2B. So we basically cut an offer like this as an annual because, well, if we're able to scoop up some of these summertime people during an annual, give them a really great reduction, usually about 50% of every single annual subscription will successfully rebill if it was not canceled, which is a biggie because credit cards people use are sometimes intentionally no good. And that's a whole nother subject. Another thing we'll take a look at is we specified a specific database. So that's what we're going to go back over here to do. So we'll go off and pretend that we are adding a new plan. And we'll call this plan July 20th, 2024 promo. And let's just call it $3.99. And maybe what we'll do is save $100 on homeowner leads today. So it's 30,000 records, the same price, nothing's changing. And then we have the ability to control, do we want to make this a 30,000 looking at this, do we want to make this 30,000 leads per day or a month? Now, if you're not a paid white label to us, we do set a minimum for you. Meaning, if you tried to sell 30,000 leads per month or per day for $3.99, the system will not allow you to make that package. So, moving on to the free trial. So, I personally don't like free trials because it incentivizes people to more often than not use a card that they know will not rebill. It's very strategic. I blame Visa, MasterCard. Only in the last 3 years about did they require merchants, meaning like Authorize and all those other direct to business providers, they required them to accept these gift cards if they still wanted to accept the various other financial instruments that they offered for their terminals. So in terms of a model, it worked out a very different way, trying to figure out these annual promotions along the way. So we have the ability here to get very creative. And one thing that I'll also say is that we're really not going to, when we ramp up a lot of these free agencies, we're probably not going to really push Datatoleads too much. Because if we have the ability to refer people to the best agency that we think can help them, if we basically, because we make money no matter what, if we're giving you the system for free, we can now potentially offload the clients that come to us frequently with very unique issues. Like I said, there's an unbelievable amount of ways to solve problems. And in this instance, you get to create the problem that has to be solved. So your creativity, your success, your experience is really what drives this. It's almost like the new version of coaching, but now you have a legitimate tool that really no one else has seen before. So you have the ability here to control if you want to be homeowners, consumers, or any combination. You have the ability to charge different prices for this. We charge you the same price for everything. I mean, these are going to be a little different because we're going to update them, but these all work out to around a penny. So if you can find a unique way to charge more for B2B and less for homeowners, and you ultimately get a higher price, well, that's the whole goal of this. So finally, if you were to do a trial, which is up to you, you can control the amount of contacts from 0 to technically infinite, but we're going to have to we'll put something in place so you can't do that once someone actually does it, I'll say. Now, you can also control the trial period. And a big other reason we're making this free is because in terms of a computer world, we need people to try to outsmart the system. How do you get stuff for free? Well, obviously, if you do a configuration in this way, you could probably configure the system in some way to exploit it. And that's the beauty of what we're doing, is we're trying to build as perfect as a product as possible. And we're really big in AI. We don't really talk about it because, I mean, AI should just be included in a business. It shouldn't be an upsell. But we are training a lot of models to basically learn this stuff too. So that way, these future models that we build ourselves could be resold maybe down the line to train the data you guys are going to sell. So I'm going to wrap this up here. If you haven't subscribed already, please do so below. There is going to be more videos released on this series instantly when this first one's uploaded. So you're not going to get notifications about them because they're all going to come out at once. But I encourage you to bookmark that playlist to reference it whenever you need to, simply because this is what I've been doing for 4 years. This is what's made us a lot of money before the systems existed that we built. So stick along for the ride with us, and you'll be a high-earning data commerce broker. Probably took us only a year and a half, so maybe less than a year, because now we figured out all the hard part. Again, please subscribe. Thank you. See you in the next video.